All right, guys, welcome back to Beautiful Mind. Thanks to all my viewers and subscribers. I'm really grateful to all of you. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me as a guest today. If you're new here, I'm Roland Attenborough. I'm the leading GAN scientific and analytical researcher. I have forecasting courses that you can take and learn all the things we're talking about. Today we're talking about Bitcoin. We're going to be talking about a 1-year anniversary and our price levels right now and what we can see happen. We have our 155-day count commence, and we've just passed over that, and we're about to see a bunch of volatility. Let's dive right in. Okay, so I'm just going to take you back in time. We're just going to go to the weekly chart for now. And we're talking about this date here, right back here. This is March, all right? And we had a significant pullback. It doesn't need any extra pointing out that it's a very significant low. So we're taking a look at that. So today, we're going to take a look at the ephemeris. And, oops, sorry, guys. I didn't mean to pull that out of the way like that. Let's make this bigger. Bring this down into view. All right, so we're going to take a look at my ephemeris from 1 year ago, and we're going to take a look at, right, we're talking about that March low. So here we go. All right, so let's take a look at this. Where is the pointer? I guess I don't have it. Okay, so right here, March 2023, all right? This is our major low. We had a super major low, and I've circled it and colored it with blue now. Okay, so when Saturn was at 0 degrees of Pisces, in the very first degrees of 0, we made a slamming swing low, right? Like it was huge, okay? So, right here, right? We just pulled right back. Okay, so what's so important about that? Well, let's take a look and see what we can find that might be important about that. When planets hit certain degrees, they vibrate. And we can, of course, have major pullbacks. So I wanted to point out to you today that in February 2024, we are now coming upon our cycle of when Saturn was at 0 degrees here, and we have 4 planets that are going to smash right into that. And we're going to talk about that right now. So the first time we're going to see a return to that now is the sun. And the sun is coming right in. And in a few days, matter of fact, on February 20th, we're going to experience a major bottom or a major swing down. And the next one will be Mercury. Mercury is just following here, and it's going to come in to where Saturn occupied 0 degrees, and we had a tumultuous low. So those are 2 swing low dates that I'm giving you right now. Let's go take a look at the other 2. The next 2 dates where we could expect swing lows would be into our March, right after we have our GAN seminar in Mexico. I'm expecting we're going to have a little swing top. We're going to move down, and we're going to have a vicious bottom again here. And then the last one will be Mars. And when Mars crosses over this, right after St. Paddy's Day, on my daughter's birthday, we're going to have a little top here and then another slam down to the 23rd. So mark these dates, these blue dates, when we cross over the 0 degrees of Pisces. So let's just go back real quickly and we'll talk about them again, okay? So we're referring to Saturn last year when it made this low here, this major swing low. So this planet being here. So we're watching for a cycle to take place where we will get a pullback and a bottom. And then our tops are going to start to come in when these planets start to slam into Saturn. Well, when will that be? Well, that's a really good point. Okay, let's go take a look at that. Well, I've already taken care of all that. So we're going to get a resistance top or some sort of, we might even have a resistance low around here. But Saturn, the Lord of the Rings, that's right, it's Chronos, it's a timekeeper, it's a 30-year cycle on that. So it represents restrictions, regulations, and rules. And we have a ton of crypto regulations coming out. I don't talk about the news. I just talk about the facts and the numerical sequences. So, but this is the truth. You know, we have some stuff coming up in this period. When's the next sequences? Well, we have this, right here, right by our swing low here. We're going to have a little peak top here, somewhere up in here. And then what's going to happen? Oh, we're going to have a bunch of restriction. Okay. What about April? That's going to be our first swing top here. And that's coming right in on the 10th. Mars is going to slam right into Saturn. We're going to get a lot of resistance here. So this is an anniversary top as well from April 2021 when I was forecasting on Facebook and I called the top 1 month in advance. I was just messing around at that time, but now I'm doing this on YouTube and this is my business. Okay, so this is my findings for what we can expect coming up. And I haven't populated the rest, but I did put our full moon and our lunar and solar eclipse cycles because Mr. Gann told us every time there's a lunar or solar eclipse, you're to watch this for the planet that is in front and leading, because the planets that are behind, when they slam into where this thing made tops and bottoms, it makes, that's right, it makes cycles happen, right? It makes these moves. So I just wanted to point that out. So we have a 1 year anniversary coming up here for this March, right? March 11th last year. So we're going to be at 0 degrees here and here. And the first evidence of a capitulation and moves down are going to start here and here. So 20th and the 23rd and 4th. We had our swing top here on the 15th. I was calling it maybe would maybe come around this 155 day, but we stretched out a little. Am I worried that went past my 2 extra days or whatever? No, not at all. My forecast is still intact. Even though Bitcoin has gone against my forecast for the last 2 weeks, doesn't bother me. Not at all. It's going to resume its bottom. This is why we're here discussing this. I'm really confident that we're going to have these swing backs. So when these planets come around and hit this degree, we're going to have a series of swing bottoms and then a series of swing tops when they all come around and connect here with Saturn. And you can also note here that this is our last conjunction with Pluto now of our fast-moving planets. Right? These are the last of our planetary bodies that are happening, and this is still our lead planet. So right now we're just watching that. And let's now go take a look at the square and consult the square. Okay, guys, just wanted to point out before we go any further the price level so that we can adequately see what I'm talking about. March 19th, we made 20,000. Okay, let's go take a look at that. Right now, we're vibrating at just under 53, which is the top of our sequence. And if you've been paying attention to my channel, you'll know that we were calling for these 43, 44, 45, 49. I was expecting us to make a top at this 49, which my forecast was calling for. We've peaked up to 53. Let's go talk about March. There's 19, okay? When the sun or Saturn was right here last year at 0, and the sun was here, 19,000, okay? 1 year later, okay? 1 year later, the price has moved around 540 or 360 plus 180 degrees, and we've slammed right into 53. This is our top area, guys. Okay? So we're going to get some resistance. Sure, we could move up, hit 55 and 57 before being completely pushed back down. And we're going to talk about what's going on in the next few months and stuff like that too. But right now, I just want to warn you that, this blue chip right here, this is September 11th or 18 degrees of Virgo. And that's where the sun was when we made a low on September 11th. And we've moved from there. We've moved around now. Let's line that up, right? September 11th, 0 degrees. Where are we? And I was talking to you about this 155 days. We always get these tops 155 days later when we come from our bottoms. All right, we come from our bottoms and we come up to our swing tops here. That's 155 days, right? And we can find a lot of other 155-day counts as well. But we've been watching our 62 days and our 90 and 180-day counts. They've all been working out perfectly, right? Okay. So we're at 53 now, guys. Okay, so I get a lot of comments from people asking me to forecast a lot of things for them. I do get the odd negative comment that I've missed the date, and whatever. I don't worry about 2 days. It's honestly, if I'm off by 2 days or 3 days, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. It's a direct hit. I do this stuff 1 year in advance, all these forecasting. And as you can see now, we've come now in our channel now, okay? This is where we're vibrating, okay? We're vibrating between these 2 points. Where can we see a move back now? All right. Well, let's just move this over a bit and we'll make this bigger, all right? Try to move it out of the way a bit. So let's just set this so that it's on the correct positions, right? 53 right now, guys. Right there, right? Right here. And we're going to take a look at our monthly count too. I'm going to show you a lot more. So just get comfortable here because we got lots to talk about. So from this, are we speculating that it could go up further from here? Well, I mean, sure, it could do that. However, this year, this channel, as we know, I mean, this has been our trend channel for 15 months. Okay? And while we're talking about 15 months, let's go talk about that. From 15,000, we are now at the 15th month, and I'm expecting a higher bottom and a pullback into some higher bottom. What kind of higher bottom are we looking at? Well, looking at our chart now, well, 38 is right here. So is that where we're going to pull back to? Well, before we start looking at that, we got to look at chewing away on 49, 46, 43, and then sitting 180 degrees down at this 40 level here. And this is really critical. I got this yellow line right here. You bet. This is our 180 degree level right here from this top. We pull back to this, we would really need to be looking for, some traction, because if we start losing it here, that's right, it's down. It's down to 37, right back to this area. Okay? Then down to 34, right? And then everyone starts freaking out. Right? Right down to here. And I think that is very possible and likely. Right? We have these four bottoms coming in with these 0 degrees here, right? We've been talking about these. Okay? So, is that going to happen? It's possible. It's possible and likely. We've been 15 months here, and on our 155 days, I knocked a couple of zeros off, and that's 155 days to this top at 31. We've been talking about this several tutorials back months ago, and from here to here, we're 155 days, and we're actually getting above our 155 days. Right now, we're getting up into the 160, and looks like we're starting to overbalance or square out our time period from this point here, just like we did from back here to this top here before having a pullback. Now, we were talking about our percentage levels for pullbacks. They're 23%. We went over this in several of my tutorials before, and we were talking about these levels here. Okay, they're 20 and 23%. So are we going to do a 20 and a 23% level? Hopefully you can see that better there. So 21, 22, not really exceeding 22. So that being said, let's go take a look at this now, and we're at 52.8, so that's close enough there. What would a 20% look like for us? Oh, right there, right? 41, right there. Our 40 and 41 would represent this 20 and 22%. We can't break back past this, guys. Like, we cannot break past this. If we do, then it is definitely down to here. Definitely down to 34. Definitely 100% for sure. It's down to here. So, and if we don't gain traction there, well, holy crow, we could swing. Yeah, we could swing down. Right? Just keep moving down till we got traction again. Right? Maybe back down at this 28 again. That's a long way. Well, let's go take a look at one of our other tools while we're here. It's worthwhile that we take a look at a few of these. Retracement. Let's go over here, and let's go now put our tool on our top here, as close to the top as possible, and let's just bring this down. So I'll move back now I'm going to just make this a little smaller. We'll make this a little bigger. So this is our top, our Fibonacci level down to this 4041 is 618 right here at 42. So that would represent an area where we could see some support. Again, our 50 level is 39, and that would represent right here, and that's a major point for us to bounce back from the 50% level. However, we have the 38.2 level, and this, of course, is right in here at our 35, 36 level, and that represents right here. So it's likely that we're about to receive a bunch of regulations, and if that were to take place, they may be negative, and in which case we may have a pullback. So the opposite side to what we're talking about now for volatility is, okay, the moon boys are right. We're just going to violate our channel and all our mathematical models, and we just move up to the 618 level, and we get rejected right here in March. Sure. But right now, I'm holding my cup right now because I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to fill it up with moon boy tears and buy some more Bitcoin back. Is that what's going to happen? It's possible and likely, guys. We've just been having this major move up, which is similar, right? This stuff is similar. From here to here, that's 155 days, guys. Let's go and let's measure it, right? How many weeks is that, right? 154 days, 22 bars, right? Right? 154, 22 bars. It's the same. Okay, well, let's go see what it did, for the amount. What did it go up? It went up 100%. Okay, well, let's go see what this is doing. Well, we're at 100%. We're at 109. I've just showed you two things, okay? We've done the exact same amount of days, and we've done the exact same amount in percentage level, okay? So when I get people telling me that I'm wrong about my forecasts and that, I'm 2 days off, and, I don't really feel that that's necessary here in that. So, but it happens. So with that in mind, I'm watching this really carefully, and I've been warning you for several days. And, we were warning you back here too when we were having our tops. I was warning you to watch out for these snap downs. Of course, I was expecting it to continue down, but, we got some traction here when I was saying in January we would have a lot of moves down from starting around the 19th or the 17th. But of course, it came right after the 13th, and I called my top for the 11th. So it's just a couple of days off, no big deal. Anyways, guys, I want you to really just pay attention to this. We're looking at some move back, and what can we see, more or less moving forward? Well, I think maybe, like I was talking to you earlier, we're going to redress this area possibly. We if we were to break this would overbalance our moves back. And we've been talking about this 22% level. So this is our next hurdle right now. Is we get rejected from here, back to 20% here. We gotta like grow some major legs and get some grip onto that because it's very likely that we break this 22%. We would overbalance, as Mr. Gann says, and that would indicate a change in trend temporarily, and we would be seeking a further correction, and it would probably sit somewhere like we've been discussing here in the square here. Let's revisit the square here. I'm going to try and make this a little bigger here. Like I'm saying here, guys, this 46 and this 40. This 40 is 22%. If we do not hold on to this, it is definitely down here. It is all the way to 34, guaranteed. And I think that is very possible and likely in this March period because we've been talking about this. These 4 planets, they're about to cross over a degree we have on the zodiac that is vibrating for a major low or super swings. So it's possible and likely that that we see a major pullback there. It just looks like it's in the cards right now, guys. I hate to be a bad news bears, but we have to face the music. As much as I would like Bitcoin to continue on and all that, I'm not an emotional trader, right? I use strategy over stress. So I'd like very much for you guys to just pay attention to these words. I'm not an influencer, I'm a researcher, and I'm a trader. And I've never taken any money from any affiliate. I'm not endorsed by anybody. I don't have a stock certificate. I refuse to sign the non disclosure agreement. I'm about full disclosure. So I'm too ethically. I want to be right about things and I want to be able to sleep at night. I don't want to sell something that is wrong. So watch out. We might have a bunch of volatility back to here. This is our 20% level. Warning, all hands on deck. Make sure your stops are placed under here. They might be looking for them. So if you relate to the party, could get retested here. However, this would represent an excellent area. If we were to hold this 20%, then for sure this April, right here, just after my son's birthday in April 8th, we would be looking at, like I said, we'd be looking at a top here. We got Mars. Mars is the last in our sequence to slam right into this, right into Saturn. It's gonna just be like, right. So, and then we have all these other things, right? We're gonna be crossing the North Node here, and I've got all these planets. I've already calculated when we'll hit that node because we get a lot of stuff happening when we hit the north and south nodes and stuff. So watch those as well. And then, of course, into April, you know, we're going to have our tops here around the 18th, which would be, right, the 18th degree to the 22nd degree to the 20th degree. That's our next top, guys. Right? Mars comes around and smacks right into Saturn, right? And then the tops after that are going to start after May. Once we leave May, by August and September of this year, I think it's my feeling, we'll probably be at 69,000. So mark that on your calendar. Okay, I think we talked about enough of that stuff. What else do we got here? Well, not too much right now. We're just waiting on this. We're waiting on this channel to arrest the movement here and give us a retest, and that's what I'm waiting for right now. And this white line, I've been talking about this a little bit in my tutorials. Let's go revisit this timeline. We're going to go take a look at some other March bottoms, but right now, you're going to see why this is so important and why this trend area is so important. And it's going to become really evident to you what's going on. I believe right now we're repeating this cycle here. However, they're all exactly the same in their time frames to these tops and bottoms. They're all exactly the same. I go back and look at some of my tutorials where I talk about the 12-month or the 12-year chart, and I show you how that's working. So looking back from here, we have a distinct channel here that's forming. And you're like, oh, well, why didn't you put it down here? Well, look, this squares out with this bottom, right? Check it out, right? And then from there, we've never violated this. We haven't violated it, right? Whoa, we just sat right on it here, right? And then what happened? Here we are, guys, right? We sat right down on this, and everyone thought this was the bottom. And I said no, right? I said no, because back in May here, I made this forecast, right? Like, let's just go look at this really quickly. I mean, this is how I do things, guys. I mean, like I don't waste my time, and I'm not wasting your time either. So let's take a look at this. This is my forecast here. I'm going to just make this a little bigger so you can see it. All right. I made this Bitcoin forecast May 2nd, 2022. I cataloged all the tops, all the bottoms, right? All of them. Okay. All of them, guys. Every single one. And I nailed. And then with that forecast, look at all my question marks here, guys. See them all? I'm like, are these going to work out? Are these all going to work out from these two tops? Yes, they did. 100%. 100%. Look at all the dates there, guys. Look at them all. See it? February is our last one now. Probably going to be a bit of a higher bottom, or it could be a real major bottom. But you can see we nailed our September one again there. All of them. We nailed all of these. All of these. We've nailed them all. 100%. All right. I just wanted to show you that. So that's how it is possible to forecast like I'm doing, using the science of numbers and the natural and reoccurring phenomena that exists and does persist. Okay, so try not to make these too long. I find that the uploads take way too long. But guys, pay attention. You know, some volatility in here, guys. You know. Okay, peace and love.